there were 19 archbishops or bishops of Uganda, including the archbishop was the one leading the prayers. And it happened that he was saying bye-bye to us. Because even in the church in that area, he did not speak English. He spoke in Luo. And all those 19 bishops and all the people there were wondering because there was no translator. So when I told them, he had talked in Luo because of our culture. When you go for burial or for a funeral, as a leader of a tongue, because I was talking as my vice, you don't talk in English. So on Monday morning, I left from Kungiri at 6 o'clock. He left me there at about 3 because I was rushing for corona test, because I was the one heading the Labor Day function where it took place. So what happened, when I left there, I reached Lira at 3:30 in the morning. But we kept on talking as usual. In the morning, he called me, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm ready in Lira." He was surprised. Also asked, "Where are you?" He said, "I'm ready on the ground." We agreed that we meet on Wednesday at 10 for some issue, because Tuesday he was going for a cabinet meeting. Now what happened, before 9 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, because I went back to Kampala the same Monday, and I was reached also about midnight again, tired. My dear wife was in South Africa, so was also landing at 1 o'clock. Because on Tuesday, there was a voting in Parliament for the homosexual bill. So she rushed me, but God, if something's happening, it became uneasy. I could not wake up from my bed, I was not sleeping, I was not bathing. She kept on telling me, time. She even told me, "Can the driver drop me and come and pick you?" I said, "No, I have a meeting at 9 o'clock in URA, which was important." So I get a telephone call from Madame Joyce, the wife of the lady sitting there with me. Joyce calls me crying, "Your brother has been shot. Can you ring Honorable Acheng to bring an ambulance to take us to the hospital?" I said, "How and who?" But because I was crying and switched off the phone, she switched off our phone. I told my wife, "Let's rush." She just changed her shoes from what she was wearing to a simple one, and we drove. There was no traffic. We managed to reach on site. We were the first one to reach where he was killed. When I entered the house, I found the car parked, and the body was lying there in blood. I cried as if I'd never cried in my life because of the love I had for him. As I was crying, the president called me, asked me, "Ngwala, what is happening?" Those who were hearing or listening to the television yesterday heard what I said. What I talked to the president, even now I don't know, because I was mad. I was talking to him while crying. I even told him, "Your Excellency, I cannot explain. You talk to the driver." And I gave the driver, "Don't want to talk to the president." So many people came, minister, security, ESO, what? They were all there. But the body was there. Up to about 1 o'clock is when we removed the body to take to the mortuary. So that was the start of the problem. So what killed my brother was his bodyguard. His chief bodyguard, or team, the lieutenant, was also shot 7 bullets. He's in Mulago up till now. The leg, you're seeing the body there, if they open and you see, he has 28 bullets on him. So he died in the most painful way, as if he had never been a soldier. He has fought all the wars in Uganda. Chiribong, Nakwena, Oti, Nga. He has fought. But he died in front of his house with a pistol in his hand and a big gun in the car, 3 guns. I said yesterday, God is our bodyguard, not even a soldier. I refuse to move as a soldier. Yesterday I was quarreling with one colonel at the gate when I was going home. "You're a big man, why are you not going with the escort?" I told him, "My escort is God. Don't disturb me." And I went and I drove because of hunger. Okay, you excuse me. To tell you the background of what happened and talk as a family member, as head of Witong. It's unfortunate I'm talking English. I'm worried of my villagers who might not hear if they can translate to them, because this is a council hall, I cannot talk in Luo. We're officially here as councillors. It's not allowed, so let me continue talking English. Okello, those who know him, started as the chairman LC5 of Apache. Okello was a soldier, divisional commander, or a brigade commander in Opit. Okello grew in all ranks of the army up to where he reached as a colonel. From private, recruited by his brother Olong, who was a captain. Okello, I told people, and I'm telling you, the monarchs here, President called me and told me, Ngola, I want you to deliver patch, Chairman FC5, from UPC to NRM. I went and talked to General Aronda, the late. I said, General Aronda, can you ask the President to release Okello from army so that he goes to contest in Apache as Chairman LC5? Because the people of Oyam, the people of Apache that time, wanted him for the war, or their lives he saved in Midakulu and in Kamdini, when Lakwena used to not see light or smoke anywhere. Once Lakwena's people see there's a fire or there's a smoke, they'll go and kill the people in all that area. So Okello went and camped there for 2 months, fighting with these people until he cleared them, and people came back and started cooking, and fire came back. People could see there's fire, women were cooking in the house. That's when the people there baptized him Macho Dogo. That is not his name, which was given to him. Even had to go and swear an affidavit to change his name to Macho Dogo, or to add on his name Macho Dogo, because of the serious fighting he did. So Aronda came and told me, Ngola, the president has refused to release Okello from the army. Say Okello is a very good fighter, as you saw in his letter. He named Okello Lion because of fighting. So Aronda said, it's only you who can go and talk to the president. They will allow. I rang him and said, Mr. President, I want to see you for 5 minutes only. He agreed to see me. That day, I remember I had just come back from a UN meeting in New York. So I called Beatrice Lagada, that time he was MP of Apache, and Jovina Kake, he was our minister at that time. I said, President has given an appointment at 4 o'clock. Can we meet at Imperial Hotel at 3:30 so that we go and you be my witness to what I am going to talk with the president? Indeed, they came, we went, and when we entered, the president asked, Ngola, what is the problem? I said, Your Excellency, I told you I want 5 minutes only. I'm not even going to sit. Why you have come? You have told Aronda you cannot release Okello from the army. And you have called me and said I should deliver patch. I cannot deliver patch without Okello. Please, I beg you to release him. He said, no, Okello is a very good soldier. I remember my argument with the president. I told him, Your Excellency, if somebody is good in class, you're in P3, you're number 1, you go to P4. P4, you go to P5. P5, you go to P6 until you sit for your PLE. How come he has been a major for 14 years without promotion if it's good? Then he called his PPS, by then was called Ameria Chamba, the former Minister of Trade. Ameria promote Colonel Okello to the rank of Colonel and retire him. I said, I'm going, I'll finish my mission. I got out with Lagada and Jovino. I rang him from the gate. I said, my brother, the president has released you. Just watch or go and see, read your army message. You have been promoted to Colonel and you have been retired. Go to Apache today. If you fail, I'll be in problems. He told me, my brother, I will not fail, I will go through. He went and he won highly in Apache. So I was the happiest man. Very few years or months, they divided Apache. Oyam came in, so there was a by-election in Oyam. Honorable Bidani Sada was the Minister for Local Government. He called me in his office, said, my brother, You are very close to me. We are friends. I want you to go and talk to your brother today, that let him not make a political suicide. That's the word he used to me. To leave a fight to go and stand in Uyam. I called him and said, my brother Bidan has called me and told me to give you this message. He told me, Ngola, you know I come from Uyam, and the people gave me the name of Macho Dogo. I will get more votes than what I got in a fight. I told him, I wish you luck. God bless you. He came and he got 93% in Uyam. I thank people of Uyam for having voted him to that level. Then he has been what he is until today. All of you know what he has done. The speaker in his remarks was giving, and we need more time in the church, so I don't want to waste a lot of time in the council here. Okero was born on the 10th December 1958. He has died when he's 65 years. Okay, he was living on bonus because they said our lifespan is it 60 years? Those doctors tell us. Is what year? Sorry, this is a council. You are not supposed to answer. His parents was Mzee Rodjago Nathan Engola. All of you in Uyam know very well. And the mother was Ketula Engola. Okero died with a widow, Mrs. Joyce Okero Engola, who is there, will introduce because it's a council hall. We're not allowed. We'll do in the church or at home. He studied in a Atora Community Primary 7 School in 1967 to 1973. Sorority Senior Secondary School from 1974 to 1978. He got a Bachelor's Development Studies from Kampala International University in 2007 to 2010. Masters of Public Administration and Management, Kampala International University in 2013, up to date. Employment, he joined the Army in 1980 in a rank of private. Promoted to Major and appointed Commanding Officer 501 Brigade based in Opit, Gulu. Promoted to Lieutenant Colonel as Commanding Officer 501 Brigade based in Opit, Gulu. Promoted to Colonel in 2006 and retired from the Army to join politics. In March 2006, elected to Chairman LC3 with 93% of the votes of Apache District, where he served for 10 years. 2016, elected Member of Parliament for Uyam South constituency, where he served till his death.
Uyam North.
Uyam?
North.
Oh, Uyam North, sorry. I beg your pardon, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, on the 6th June 2016, appointed Minister of State for Defense. 2021, appointed Minister of State for Labor, Employment and Industrial Relationship. The position is served till his death on the 2nd May 2023. Okero survived with 5 children. Soro Nangwei, who is ASP, police, he was supposed to come with us, but she has a baby of 5 days because of the helicopter. The ears for the baby would burst because that thing you're seeing there when you're in the air, it's your ears and gold. Samuel Okero Engola Jr., with the first boy sitting there, I think has moved over. Daniel Olong Granny, with a soldier. Yesterday I introduced him in front of the president, and I'm telling you members here because you know him. He used to say all the time, I hate soldiers, I hate soldiers. But his father would take note of that. So one day they were just sitting as a family, and they were recruiting in Jinja. He called that team, the lieutenant, that get that boy, let him go and pick his ID without anything, and abandoned him in his escort car, and drove him to Jinja. He had already talked to Jinja, and when he reached there, the service air put him in a military uniform and said, you're a recruit. So he joined the army. Yesterday was in full combat. You will see him on the battle day. Frank Owadokaka is a senior lawyer with the Court of Appeal in Kampala. He will also come there on the way coming. Fanny Brian is a senior hospital laboratory technology who has just finished from Kono University. We are getting him a job in Mulago. But because of these problems and time and documentation, we have not yet got, but it's going to work in government. He has dependents, his brothers, his sisters, children, whom he was looking after. Amoy Moli Maureen, they're on the way. Dilis Mili Akwang, Olong George Ibrahim, Minyang Job, Alum Juliet, Apio Lucy, Akelo Joy, Ayugi Ovan, Engola Joshua, Akelo Mavita, and Ayo Rosette. He has survived with 19 grandchildren. Being a council, you will see them all on Saturday when we are burying. Mr. Speaker, the late was a friend, a brother, a helper, as the bishop said, was building a church where we're taking the body now. Not yet finished, but on his behalf of the family, we are going to pledge in the church that we are going to finish it to full capacity for his remembrance. He has done so many things. He has adopted very many people, as you have seen, very many dependents. 3 days ago, to his death, he adopted 2 children, whom I introduced yesterday to the president. I will also introduce them to the mourners on Saturday. These children have a father, have a mother, but I've told the men, and yesterday I was telling in front of the president, I'm telling the men here, when you get a new woman, don't chase the children and that woman. Don't mix the children in your family affairs. This man threw his children. When Colonel comes home, he found the children cleaning the office, he found the children digging in his garden. He called them, they said they were looking for school fees. The father chased them away. So with his kind heart, he decided to call the father, the mother of the children, sign agreement to take care and take these children to school. They're on the way in the bus, coming with our children. So when we are burying, I'm going to introduce them. And as I'm still here till next week, I will look for the father and the mother and tell them not to be worried that because today their children will have no future. No. We have already agreed, because we put in writing, that we'll take care of those children and look after them. For Matt Joyce, we as a family, we don't want to talk here because it's a council hall. We are in the council. With permission, head of family, I want to request you to briefly allow and introduce the family members. Matt Joyce, please, with the speakers given us opportunity to introduce you, Engola Jr. The rest are on the way, Mr. Speaker. But with me here, Matt, can they come in front here or they can stand from there, Mr. Speaker? Let them come in front. One for the family, one for the neighbors who are of the late, and then one for our friends who are coming to mourn our dear brother. Mr. Speaker, as they're coming, I want to still to thank the President, the government for giving us official burial, for your council to honor. Before he was a councillor of the youth in this district, so most people know him. Thank you, people. This is the council, no greeting, no talking. You know, council is very important. You members, you don't know, those who are laughing. They have very big order, and that's why you see them dressed in a different way. So with the honor, Mr. Speaker, I beg to say that thank you very much for the honor you have given us as a family to call a special sitting. I thank the district council of all Lao sub-region who are here. I thank all the church people, all the people of Yam in particular, for welcoming us in this big way. In Lira, the number was more than this when we landed. They gave also their last respect. But we could not open for them the coffin, Mr. Speaker, because we were worried of your time here, that we are supposed to follow time.